What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Phones and Drones. For those of you that follow the channel, you'll know we love smartwatches. We've probably had every Galaxy Watch that's come out. We've had every series of Apple Watch. We've had everything in between from that Nubia Alpha. I just love them. I think it's an add-on necessity for smartphones nowadays, especially where we check our phones so frequently. So that brings me back to why I wanted to do this video. The way we gather information obviously has changed a little bit over the years since smartwatches have really become more popular. I believe the original Galaxy Watch came out in 2018, and this was by far one of my favorite ones. This is a 46mm casing, pure Bluetooth, rotating bezel. It really kind of set the standard for what a smartwatch could offer. And this didn't even run Android Wear. And obviously in the third iteration of the Watch 3 and all the ones in between, they also did not run Android Wear, Google Watch OS, whatever you Wear OS, whatever you want to call it. They didn't do that. They went with Tizen, their own home-baked operating system, and I think that was a good idea. Yes, it doesn't quite have that, Play support for as how many, apps might be available, but design-wise, feature-wise, these are some of the best ones out there. So my daily smartwatch now currently is that the Watch 3 with that return of the rotating bezel. But we actually got our hands on one of these original Galaxy Watches from Samsung's own website for a steal. They were running a sale if you have an EDU code or email address or an EPP address. This thing was only 70 bucks. We went ahead and scooped one up. I want to do another unboxing, compare it to this Watch 3, and I want to know in the comments down below, which one of these designs do you like best? In today's standard, from what they've done from past to current, what do you guys think? Do you think it matches up? Do you prefer the original, or do you like the look of the, the new Watch 3 itself? So like I said, I have always been a larger watch fan, and the 46mm casing they don't make anymore. So that was a huge turn on for me going to the original Galaxy Watch. Now, I'm curious to see how it's going to hang with obviously all the new processes and all that, and more, internal. It's going to be more demanding now than it was in obviously 2018. So I'm curious to see how it's going to operate. You can see right here, that's a gorgeous design as it is. Still always had that interchangeable straps. This black and silver finish looks great. You can see it's obviously a little bit bigger, but by no means, let me move that so you can see it there a little better. By no means is it hefty. Honestly feels like it weighs just slightly more, but nothing that's really gonna turn off a potential buyer at all. I don't have very big wrists by any means. I want to show you what this 46mm casing actually looks like on my wrist as well. So get this put on. Obviously, if you don't like the bands, like I said, they are interchangeable. You can find some really good third-party ones right on Amazon. I'll throw a link up in the description as well for that, or even first-party bands from Samsung themselves. And you can see just how good that really does look. Let me see if I can get this turned on for us. There we go. And while that's turning on, you can kind of see how comparable and comparable this is actually. Looks good, but nothing too crazy there. Let me get this all synced up and we'll be right back. Alright, so we were able to get the original Galaxy Watch all paired up, and you can see just how good that display does look, even from 3 years ago. So I did a quick test. I went through a couple of the settings just to see how well everything was operating. And obviously when you first sync, you have a little bit of a delay, but so far so good. I've had no issues with it. This bezel actually seems a little more responsive than the new one on the Watch 3. It's a little easier to scroll on this one. Maybe that's just a little bit of a placebo effect because it's newer, but I do feel like it is a little bit more sensitive. Now again, you can kind of see the difference in the displays. Ever so slightly larger on the original watch than on the Watch 3. Both still do feature color always on displays. That is a nice touch that the Apple Watch Series 6 finally just have. They didn't have it for a long time, obviously, but I'm glad they added it. You do have a little bit of a difference in the actual heart rate sensor. It's much more efficient, supposedly, on the Watch 3 as opposed to the original, but again, not here nor there. Just meant to be a little bit of a useful tool, not a medical device. So you can see here, similar layout. You have those rectangular buttons on the actual watch, the original OG watch, and here you have your buttons that are much more rounded in a traditional watch sense. So aside from that, like I said, everything has been very responsive. Really going to be up to you as far as which style you like better. They have those removable bands like I told you. I still do really like this look. It almost looks a lot more almost classic than just the all black look, and obviously there's a couple of other different color patterns that this comes in, but it's just something to notate. Again, in the box you're going to find your typical accessories, just your charging cable and your actual dock. Nothing fancy, similar connectors, similar chargers, and obviously, yeah, they work well with any Samsung device. iOS device is a little more limited, but Android devices still do remain most of those common features. But that's all for this one, guys. What do you think between the two? For 70 bucks, is that a lot better of a deal for the original watch over the new price point of the Watch 3? You can get it for around $250 right now on Samsung's website, but for that $70 deal, for that deal that they had going on, it's really awesome. Can't look past it. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.